Hello again. So I'm going to read from my first book, Awaken to Living, Tantra for Your Whole Life. This is the cover. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but it is up. It's available. And I'm going to read from it. And I opened up the page called Celebrating Spiritual Relationship. And it says, today I want to talk about spiritual relationship and what that means. I'm sure many of you have an understanding on some level of what spiritual relationship means to you. And perhaps you already have a beautiful relationship where you surrender to the other's feelings and moments as they show up. But there are fewer people who are in long-term relationships and in love than there are those who feel separate, distant, and alone. When you were in love and a relationship was new, do you remember how you used to put your beloved's feelings first? And you really listened and made sure you did what you knew would make them happy. Perhaps you practiced a little more self-love and perhaps even gave a little more of yourself, were more patient and understanding, and accepted your new lover's pros and cons a little better. Perhaps all the upsets and triggers didn't exist to you then, and were just in the state of bliss and the euphoria of new love. Well, what happens after this new glow is gone? What do you do to regain the feeling of love and bring back the state of bliss and joy when your heart sang in the beginning of a new relationship? Do you still give your lover gifts for no reason? Do you still dress in the way you know he or she would absolutely adore? Do you still wear clothes that you know would turn him or her on? Do you still surprise your lover just because you want to see him or her? Do you send your love notes or gifts in the mail that would drop their jaw? Do you make date nights, days where no one can disturb you and you have time to be alone and do what makes the both of you happy? When a relationship is old, perhaps distant or sour, try recreating a new meaning for the relationship and change the way you see it. Change the boundaries and let go of what you are holding on to. Change the expectations and surrender your heart to your beloved. Notice your anger and disappointment of your sadness and do your inner work to change yourself rather than trying to change the situation or worse, the other person. Do you have a spiritual practice you can do to help you in your heart to clear your energetic space or your inner world? Try on a new meditation practice, a simple breathing meditation, or a simple mantra practice, something you can do on a daily basis that will help you to come back to your heart every time you notice your heart is getting hard or filling with anything other than love. You might notice your life change, and you might just fall in love with your beloved all over again.